Hello everyone. This is welcome to this new course that is on smart grid design and implementation. It's a two-credit course, and we are starting this. This is the first lecture of this course. As I was just mentioning some time back with the other students, that this is a implementation-based course, so there's no theory. And if you want to see theory, please visit this other playlist. Just in the last month, we completed another course that is Introduction to Smart Grid or Smart Grids One Credit course. Those who are not familiar with this thing, please refer to this particular playlist. Some theory about what is smart grid is there. But coming to this course, which I'm just now starting, this is not theory. This is completely practical oriented course. Each of you have to implement something at your home. And then we'll do. See, I just go through the details. What I want to show that. So, yeah, overview of the course. This is a course in which we will help each other learn about smart grids via work from home project implementations. Definitely, we will be doing something as a work from home basis. My PhD students I mentioned here, we'll add the photos soon. So this is the schedule. So today is Friday, 9th October. So today is the first session. But then as per this calendar, you can see there are several other sessions that are lined up. Okay. So I'll just leave the slide for a minute. You can go through this. Total 19 lectures are there, each of them 1.5 hours. But then if you cut down the, edit the initial discussions and all these things. So finally, as a recorded lecture, we'll get about 1 hour lecture. I'll put all the lectures on YouTube also. So later also you can refer to these things. Now the lecture times are Tuesday 2:30 to 4 and Friday 4 to 5:30. All lectures we upload on YouTube, work from home projects, electrical components. Yeah, this is again the new point. Electrical components need to be purchased to build your projects at your home. So it's not too much costly also, probably within 2,000 rupees, 2,500 rupees maximum. Certain equipment you may need to purchase, that measurement and, like this microcontroller, that kind of thing. I'll explain that. And I would like to, I have some facility to support the cost, but then since the number of students is more than 30, so I would like students also to pitch in some money to do this. Anyway, we'll come to that later. Step-by-step guidance will be given. Software downloaded by instructor will be shared free of. So I'll be writing some software sample code and all that you can copy and use in your thing, and you can also further develop the code. So at this stage, any questions, any doubts anybody is having?
Sir, Tuesday class timing, sir. I have other class actually from 2 to 4 Tuesday.
Is there a problem? Tuesday, what is
Tuesday,
there from 2 to 4 on Tuesday?
electrical drives class, sir, by Dr. Sheshadri Shravan, sir.
I'm sorry, I did not understand your question. Okay.
Tuesday we have 2 to 4 another class, sir.
Okay. So, but then this is as per our schedule, right?
Correct, sir. But
Okay.
while registering, it didn't give clash that time.
Okay. So, but then this, yeah.
Later, it was SAR class was rescheduled
Okay.
and shifted to
So
that
anyway,
slot.
but I think this will not be the problem. Yeah, I'm sorry. This may not be the problem with all the students. But anyway,
Yes.
we'll work out after this class. We will discuss about that.
Yes,
So
sir.
any other issue? Yeah. Okay. So let's go into this. So as I was mentioning, 0% theory, 100% practical. So you need to design and implement a smart grid project at your home. Okay. So what is that project and all? Basic I will define, but then building on top of that, open to your imagination, you can do whatever project. Okay. So the theory course is available, as I just mentioned. Those who are not familiar with the theory, you can click on this link. I will share these slides with you, or I will leave the description of this particular slide in the description box, so you can see this, and you can do that. But what do we build? Okay, so I'll say space is the limit. We will begin by simple power monitoring devices, home appliances control, energy conservation, mobile applications, things like that. Once we start beginning by that simple power monitoring device for home appliances controlling, then you decide where to go. You also learn on the go. So while you are working, maybe you get a new idea this week, then next week you can implement that and keep developing your project. It is not that in the towards the end, last 2 3 days you start. You actually start right away, and then we'll be doing. Okay, so plans for conducting the course. We'll begin by assuming each student. Okay, so here we were able to reduce the cost. So we may even further be able to reduce the cost, but let's at the max it may be 2,000 or 2,500. So just make sure that uh, I mean you don't have to buy anything. Certain smaller things you may buy, but we are trying to make the components available directly from me. So we will see. Uh, Second point, we will also assume that students have laptop and internet connections, obviously. So a little bit of coding is needed. Almost most of the thing you'll have to do coding. So I'm assuming that you have a laptop with you. So that is the thing, and internet connection, of course. So I will help you in choosing the hardware components. All software developed during lectures will be shared. So now most houses have a fridge or a washing machine or a TV or a mixer grinder, iron box, AC unit, water heater, whatever, like different appliances you are having. So first we'll begin by developing a system, a small kind of a monitoring box. I'll just show a schematic also of that, using which you will be able to monitor the one of the appliance. Now, that then you will collect the data. So all that. We begin by building a monitoring device which can monitor any electrical appliance. So I think I'll just once again change this value. So sometimes, the students may say we may not be able to pay that 2,500. See, ultimately, the device will permanently remain in your house. And most of the time, I see some other students, they will say, oh, your student is like the parents may say, we are paying fees for you and you are studying. But can you repair the TV? Can you do something practical? Or is it that you're going to IIT and you're learning everything theory? So I want that some activity happens in your house so that your family members will also realize that sitting at home, you are not just studying theory, you are actually building some things and doing some things. So that is my motivation. Now, those who can spend 2.5 will be assigned to completely software or app building. So you can see, but don't take this option, the last option. Try to see that, and it is mainly worth it. Okay, so let me go ahead. Now, how do I evaluate? Okay, so there is no theory exam. Evaluation purely based on projects. Each student can build several projects, so it is up to you. In fact, don't be guided by evaluation or whatever course requirement. Just go ahead and uh, you build whatever projects you want to build on this, irrespective of whether what is the grade you are getting or something. So only then you will be able to learn. It's an opportunity for all of you to learn something by actually doing a project. You can form a team, but then I realize that you're all at different locations, right? See, I have about 30 students, so probably all of you are spread across the country in different cities. But then if you want to collaborate, online collaboration, that kind of thing, also possible. Now, you have to finally make a 5-minute video of your project. So basically, you have to explain that, okay, this is my project and this is my objective, this is what I built, this is how it works, and this is the demo, and this is the output, and this is the result. So some brief explanation. Each of you have to record a 5-minute video of your project. Best 10 project videos will get A plus directly. So I'm just right away giving, if your project is good, you will get a good grade. And see, sometimes you may, since you're collecting data and you're doing some analysis and things like that, It may also lead to some kind of research output. You can think of publishing your work also. In that case, definitely I will assist you. I'll help you in writing some conference papers or things like that, and it will be very helpful for your future career also. Next, all projects will be showcased on course website, and all students will receive a certificate for the project. So, of course, this is like anyway you're doing the course and all. But then, if your project is good, I would on our letterhead I'll try to make this. See, this last point I've added with the following idea. See, right now you are the students who registered for this course, and I'm preparing these videos and uploading. Now, maybe 2 months from now or 6 months from now, if somebody, anybody, anywhere in the world wants to follow all these lectures and develop some things in their house and, what you call register their project with us and all. So then, I can give a certificate, and it's completely free. There's no charges. Okay, so, and yeah, that's about it. So then, next. So there is going to be an event. See, 18th December is the last day of our course, right? It's a two-credit course. Today is 9th October, so we have roughly about 1.5 month, right? Or November and December. Yeah, 2 months plus actually. So 2 months, 1 week. Okay, so roughly about 9 weeks of time. So in this 2 months, we should be able to do a lot of progress. So every week, two sessions we'll have, and every week there's a lot of scope to do some work. So ultimately, all our output, we will build a website, and we will release that website for the rest of the world. Okay, so and the title for that I'm thinking SG at home. So smart grid at home. So it's a unique experiment I am planning to do in the lockdown time, and people are sitting at their homes and all these things. So if you are in campus and you're doing something, that's another thing. But now you're collaborating as a team, working from different cities, and you are building all these projects. So we'll bring all the data, real-time data, all the your videos about your project, your all the things, reports or interesting case studies, whatever output you make, that the electronic output or the knowledge that you create, we will put on a common website, and then it will be a collection of projects in that website, and hopefully that website will be very much interesting for not only us, for all others who are interested in smart grid. So that is another ambition or my vision for this particular thing. So think beyond academics, think beyond the grading system, think beyond this particular coursework kind of thing. So take it as something that you are doing for learning something on your own, and by through collaboration across different students, you're doing that. Now, I would also like to, at this stage, because today is the first session, I'd also like to show you the outline. Okay, so what we are going to do? I mentioned there are 19 sessions. So at the left you have 9 sessions, at the right you have 9 sessions, and below down we have the one final session. Okay, so today is October 8th. We are doing course introduction, right? Next session will be on October 13th, where we'll be discussing about the component selection and ordering of the hardware components. So basically, I'd like to because project means you're building some with some components and all. So we'll discuss about that. Now, when you order the items, by the time the orders items get delivered to your house, we will give at least 1 or 10 days time. Okay, so if you look at the session number 6, okay, so that is where you are building your first hardware prototype. So by the time you build the first hardware prototype, we are having enough time. So all the components might have reached you, and things like that. So meanwhile, October 16, October 20, October 20, in between sessions 3, 4, 5, we will do mostly the software part. Installing the required softwares, and writing some basic programs, working with data sets and things like that. So when I say that it's a smart grid, it is obviously combination of three. That is, hardware will be there, communication systems will be there, and software will be there. So you need to not only learn, you need to design and implement. Okay, again, remember, if you look at the top, IIT Hyderabad online course, EE6257, Smart Grid Design and Implementation, Smart Grid at Home project. So this is uh, this is the broader vision. Okay, so about that. Then when you build the first prototype on October 27, then next session is monitoring and visualization, hardware for appliance controlling. So monitoring is different, controlling is different. So that also I thought I will include. Then smart home implementation. So that is again one more time. So like first you start monitoring your equipment, then you can also start managing your smart home and all. In fact, commercial products are available online, smart home like the things. So, but then if you build everything from scratch, including all the hardware and software, you will get a better understanding and knowledge about what all smart home is all about. As a part of this course, I will also invite some guest lectures and also student demos. See, now that you started implementing something, so the 10th session will have student demos. It need not be 100% completed output. Whatever you have been doing as of that, you can start demoing, and then so it's a 1.5 hour session. So probably 45 minutes will be given for student presentations, and I'll invite some guests who may give a guest lecture on this particular this thing. So all the time, I alone speaking may not be interesting. So we'll bring some people from industry or from other places, academics and all, who are working in this area. So they'll share their knowledge. Now on November 20, I kept it open. So brainstorming. So everybody will be kind of suggesting ideas, how to develop the ideas. Then again, November 24, student demos and guest lecture. Again brainstorming, student demos and guest lecture. And then now by the time we touch December, it will be kind of what you call, it will be kind of all the projects are kind of very nicely done. So I would like to put all the projects on a common website, and we'll start developing the common website also, and tips for publishing your work. So sometimes if after reviewing all your projects, if something interesting comes up, I may recommend that you should write a paper or something. So there we'll discuss some tips and integration of social media. So since anyway we are planning a grand release event on December 18th, we will see how we should integrate things with social media. So that is the one. And then planning and promotion. So we'll do a little bit of promotion activity also, that like we'll be doing some, we'll inform different people, and also, and the last event maybe we'll be doing live streaming. So we may expect at least, 200-300 people or maybe even more to join that session. So all these things are there. So we'll also go for media. We'll also do press release. So the at least to begin with, my vision is big. My scope is also big. I'm thinking beyond just a routine, coursework at just like writing exams and assignments, that kind of thing. Forget about that. This is something different. This is something completely practical oriented. So be prepared for this. Uh, so I think that's it. So this is just a brief introduction. Let's discuss some things. I'll spare some time for discussion. So yeah. So any questions anybody has?
Hello, sir. This is Gaurav. First
Yes,
of all,
Gaurav.
this project looks really ambitious, but I just had one concern. So we are final year students. So can you just tell us like how much amount of time are we expected to put in? Because we have to prepare for placements and all also, right? So we can decide based on that.
Yeah, yeah. So, by the way, keep your questions relevant to what you call, since here I'm going to put this on YouTube. So we don't want to give a thing that, we are worried about placements and all. So we are worried about
Okay, sir. Sorry.
gaining knowledge and all this. Although I'm faculty just for placements, but anyway. So to answer your question, see, if you really do nicely in this project, probably you can discuss about this in your placement. In fact, what happens in the placement interviews? If you really see, at the end of the day, placement interviews, they will the so-called preparation that you're telling is only for the shortlisting in the written test. But once you go to the interview, you can talk about we have done some work from home projects like that. You can show your video, 5 minute video. You can show what you're developing as a part of this project. So and what we are doing in this is I think full stack development. If you see. Uh, the back end and front end. Like we'll be learning about database, we'll be learning about connecting to database, we'll be learning Python, we'll be learning JavaScript. Yes, so somebody is just asking, do we need to know JavaScript and database? Yes, we'll be doing that. See, again, there is a wrong notion in the question. Like, do we need to learn JavaScript? It is actually, the question is not correct. You only need to learn uh, whatever 5 or 7 commands in JavaScript that are useful for this project. So the JavaScript may have like 2000 functions or 2000 commands or whatever. All the things you need not learn. What is needed for this particular project, only that much you can learn, that is enough. In fact, compare it with language, right? What do you mean by learning English? Does learning English mean you take out the dictionary and learn all the 50,000 words of dictionary? No. Learning English means for your day-to-day life, what you require. How to ask for some address, how to ask, for some shopping item, how to ask for going directions to some place. Basic things, how to wish somebody, how to say hello, how to say goodbye. All this, how to say sit down, how to ask for water. So if you just learn only these basics, then you can say that okay, you know a little bit of English like that. So similarly, you don't. The moment you say, oh, somebody says, okay, for this I need to learn JavaScript, it will take 2 years for me to learn Java. Forget about all that. In one day, you can learn what is required for Java, and that's what I will anyway be telling. So, for example, uh, if you see this, I'm sorry, yeah. So October 16, October 20, and October 23. If you see all these three, so October 16, we'll learn how to set up a web server and a client website. So there you will have to learn a little bit about HTML and things like that. And then on October 20, you will learn basics of backend, that is JavaScript and Python. And then finally integration with databases. Once you get this, then it is straightforward. Everything else will be development of that. So for example, if you see monitoring and visualization, what do you mean by visualization? So you want to create some plots, you want to create some, display how much is the power consumed by this equipment and things like that. So for that, so don't be worried that it will take a lot of your time. In fact, it will not take much time. And also, if you do it, even like to answer the earlier question about, your concern about placements and all, this will actually help you. In fact, I have a lot of students in the previous years who said that the entire placement interviews was based on the projects you have done, and the better you do the project, the better you will be prepared for answering the questions in the interview. So anyway, so any other questions? Yeah, so I'm sorry. Any suggestions for project ideas? Okay, so the suggestions for project ideas is like this. I mentioned here, I think, look at the third last point, or maybe the fifth point from the top. We start by most houses have fridge, washing machine, TV, mixer, grinder, etc. We begin by building a monitoring device which can monitor any electrical appliance. So I think most of the students are already familiar with Arduino and Raspberry Pi, that kind of microcontroller. So at the end of the day, the project will be that only. So at the fundamental basic level, it will be a very simple IoT based project, but then its value will come on the data side, not on the physical side. Just setting up of the hardware is probably it's only 10% of the work. Most of the work we'll do it on the software side, where data analytics and things like that. Now, further ideas, we can see what we can do on that. Now, also you can just go here and then uh, you can go something like this: smart grid IoT projects. So you will find a lot of things like this. So, for example, uh, think smart in handling power, whatever IoT based smart energy meter. In fact, this is what we are going to do. IoT based smart grid appliances, smart grid based on IoT. So if you see this, somebody has done something like this. So I'll just directly jump into the middle. So here they made some kind of a small community. Okay. So can you see there are trees here, and there is a solar panel, and then there are some houses there, some things like that. So they just developed some kind of thing, and then probably they are visualizing it in the website. So controlling of things like this. So let me go back. So again, you can see here uh, energy meter. So how do you measure the energy and all these things? So something like this, it will be whatever. So there will be obviously the software part and hardware part, and then like this. And finally, if I go towards the end, so this is how the final output may look like. Where is it? Yeah. So can you see this thing? So the thing on the right in this box is what is the project. So they have developed this, and here it is displaying 50. And so what is the? So I think one small light is there, and then what is the power? So detecting power theft and things like something like that they have demonstrated in it. So you will find a lot of videos on online. Okay? So we want to add to something to that. So most of the time these things are done by people. So why don't you do it? Is the idea. So here they are developing some kind of energy meter and then connecting it to Arduino and then controlling and all these things. Yeah, so this is about embedded systems related particular thing. Okay. So are you getting the idea? I'm just randomly, I did not prepare this before. I'm just randomly searching smart grid IoT projects, and you'll get a lot of examples like this. Okay, so this is one more. Uh, so they've done a very nice box kind of thing. Let's see how does it look like. So here you can see it is displaying some power. So here you can see it displays voltage, power, current. So it's a nice small display. So this is not a ready-made product they purchased. They actually developed this. Okay, so like that. So some handwritten calculation, everything step by step it is there actually. So you can see this is how it looks like. So we'll start off with a very basic thing, and then you can keep on exploring yourself, and you can do whatever you want. So now here they are nicely doing some LEDs. With LEDs they are doing something. So I hope now you got the idea. This is like a trailer, but all these clippings are not our own things. We just saw these things from this thing. So, but then you can consider this as a trailer for our course. Yeah. So this is the software. Yeah. So any question further? By the way, feel free to ask by voice. Don't just use the chat window. And I'll be happy if you also switch on your video and ask your questions. Any other questions? Yeah. So any other questions? So if you have no other question, then shall we conclude today's session?
Good evening, sir. People here.
Yeah. So there is a. I think in the chat window there is a question. Yeah. But anyway, just now, who is on the audio? You just ask your question. I'll take this chat question later. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
I just
Vipul.
wanted to ask if we can go for some data analytics or big data related project along with this IoT project. Can we also work on software
Yes.
aspect as
Yes,
well?
you can. See, again to answer your question, we if you might have already seen in the earlier smart grid course, there was one session on campus energy monitoring, and I mentioned that we are getting continuous 1 minute data across our IIT Hyderabad campus. Lot of huge amount of data over last 1 year we are having. So part of that, see, I think if you have any prior experience on that, definitely you can work on that. Also, see, there are 30 students, 31 students who are registered for this course. So everybody will be sharing their data. So eventually, if you want to uh, use all that data and then do something, also it will be great. So
Yes, sir.
whatever is up to, it's up to you. So no, there's no uh, strict this.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
So just this session is only to get you started. And again, if you see November 20, there is a brainstorming of new project ideas. November 27, again new. So while doing this, if you get any new ideas, also we can take up.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah. Now let me take the question. There was a long question in the chat, so let me just go to that. Can we try these projects as a group? It will be better as the projects will be more complete with respect to software, and the videos would be more robust since it would correspond to the same software, but multiple locations. Whatever, like if you see, uh, if you want to kind of form some group and then collaborate and do something, also fine. But don't make it like you're forming a group of 6 people, and the work is done by only 2 people, and the remaining four are simply just hanging around. So a lot of times it happens like that. So when you form a group, I would like to know individually what each member in the group has done in the project. So that is the condition. You can do it as a group also. But then if you do it individually, also that will be interesting. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Any other question?
Sir,
Yeah. Yes, Yashasvi.
How many projects do we need to do, sir? Single or many multiple projects?
Minimum is one, maximum you can do 6 projects, 7 projects, whatever, your wish. The more you do, the better for you.
Yes, sir.
So it is something like, there is somebody's, marriage or some event is going on, and then there is a buffet system. So, and you have to eat food, right? So now if you start asking question, how much food can I eat? So that depends on you. So some people will eat little, some people will eat more. So go ahead and then, the more you have interest, the more you can explore that. And see, the indirect point there in asking that question is how many projects we need to do. In the perspective of grading, you're asking. Yes, so forget about grading. If you want, I give A to everybody, even who are not attending the course or whatever. What I want is to feel that you belong to this group, and you are building something which is a smaller part of a entire bigger thing, and ultimately we want to get a nice collection of good projects. So like that. So you focus on learning something, and basically, and these things, again, make a note. Even if you are not going into energy field, let's say you after this you go into marketing sector, or if you go into communication sector or some retail sector or finance or whatever field you go in future, the full stack concepts, that is uh, collecting data with sensors, getting the data into a database, developing a what you call a website server and a client website, and porting the data or presenting the data, visualization of the data analytics. This will be applicable universally anywhere. So this course is more important, not because it is related to electrical or power or smart grid or whatever. This is actually you can do for anything. Even if you are from other fields like a civil engineer or mechanical engineer, still the full stack development. By the way, let me now ask you. So there are close to 30 people now. How many of you know how to interface a website with database? And continuously changing data you want to display in a website. So out of 25, how many of you know? Just let me know. So Vipul knows.
I know about NoSQL and website interface. Or
Okay.
if you're
So
getting
okay.
basics.
So one okay. Just I mean compared to others, I will say you are much better already because you said you know NoSQL and things like that. Okay. Anybody else? How many of you know how to develop a website? How to develop a website which displays continuously changing data? Only one student answered. I'll show you something as an example. Just give a second for the data to load. So you're aware of this website that is CEMS, and if you're not aware, just the look at the course that I have done in the what you call uh, the earlier one theory course. I mean, I showed you the playlist link, right? So you can go to this. Yeah. So here, if you go to this link, you will get a playlist, and from there, you will get you'll know about this particular website. Okay. Anyway, so the data has loaded. So apparently there is some problem. So right now it is 8th October, that is yesterday. So there is some interruption in the data. Actually, I was hoping to see real time data. So let me see. So this entire website was developed, you know, as a from ground. We did not get any what you call ready-made things. Everything developed by your senior batch students, and see, we are able to get the last 10 hours load curve, and then here we are able to get the real-time data. So now the time is 9th October 2020, 16:55. That is close to 5 p.m. time. As of now, what is the power consumption in different parts of the academic block A? So, for example, 27 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt. So, like this, we are able to measure the real-time power from hundreds of meters, and we are able to present the data in a website, which is dynamically changing. So, if you just wait for 5 minutes, so again, this website will refresh with the latest data automatically. So, yeah. So, how many of you are aware how to do this? How to build a website which displays real-time data? So only one person just answered, said something about that. What about others? Can you share some ideas for the project? See, again, you are repeating the question. Can you share some ideas for the project? Okay, the idea is go to YouTube and search like this smart grid IoT projects. Okay, and you will get hundreds of videos. Okay, look at any video. See, for example, IoT based energy meter, something like this. So this is one idea. So like this, you only search online, you only will get some ideas. So here I think they are measuring the power and then uh, displaying it on a tablet or mobile phone or whatever website. So question is, can you do this? So this is another example. So IoT based smart energy meter data. So again, if I jump in, so here you can see voltage value is there, current value is there, power value is there. So different values it is displaying. And this is a website where they are displaying, I think on a mobile device or someplace you are getting. So this is how the things are wired and things like that. So like this. So whether the motor is on or not, and what is the date and time, everything it is showing here. Okay? So like this. And finally, they just developed some kind of PCB board and showing that things. And then, as you know, one video you see in YouTube, it will take you to another video, and like that you will find several videos on YouTube. CNC plotting from printer. So this is again some other, not exactly related to power, but then some kind of CNC plotter, something like that. So you can draw some things and all. Okay, does that answer your question? So for all the people who are asking me for ideas, stop asking me for ideas. Uh, find out videos like this and see what kind of, jump in and then develop something on your own, and maybe you will be able to. That is the whole purpose of this particular course, of making you capable of see, we define smart grid in theory as a combination of sensors, hardware layer, communication layer, and the information processing layer, visualization, things like that. So that whatever theory everybody says about smart grid, can you realize that theory? Can you design and implement a smart grid project? So that is the challenge. That is the purpose of this particular course. So let me check for more questions. Yeah. So any other question? Okay, so if nothing else, then let me conclude this session here. So I will share this video, and if you are anyway, if you got the Google invitation for this, and if you have clicked yes on the Google invite, then I think automatically you will get the Google Drive link of the video. But then apart from that, I will also upload on YouTube and I'll share this with you. So this is the schedule. So those who are watching on YouTube also can follow us. As the time passes by, we'll upload this as per this schedule, and eventually maybe in the middle of December, that is December 18th, we may able to do the final event. So all the best for all of you. So see you in the next session on October 13th, where I'll describe a basic hardware setup, and I'll describe about components that we'll be using, and then we'll see how the order reaches to you. So maybe I will send to each of the students or from here or whatever, we'll work out the details. See you on October 13th. Yeah. Bye.
So, excuse me for one thing.
Yes, Divyanshi.
So, in the next class, we will get to know about the component picking and ordering. But after deciding a project, only we can order our components, and it will be different for each of us, like according to our project requirements. So, how that will be happen? How to deal with that?
Yeah. So, okay. So the question is, yeah, question is, what if this thing? See, what we'll start on October 13th is something very basic. Okay. Now we will do that, and then building your first hardware prototype, right? That is on October 27th. So we have at least 2 weeks time in between. Now, after that, you do basic monitoring, visualization, whatever. Then smart home implementation. Okay, at least up to here, things will be common. But then some in one house they will be monitoring a fridge. In some other house they will be monitoring a washing machine. The washing cycles and things like that. In some other house they may monitor the water heater, whatever different appliances all over the country. Maybe we'll create an India map and show the different uh, like using some pinpoints. We'll show all the meters, and then somebody may click on that, and then they may actually see the data, things like that. So that part is common. Now, number 17, student demos, then brainstorming. Now, let's say you got a new idea in the middle of the November. Then you again place order, get some new materials, new items. So at the time, depending on that, we will see. See, ultimately, I mean, if it is too much costly, I will also help in funding it, like that. And then again, you build it. Again, after that, you get one more idea. You again purchase new items. Again, integrate it. Like that. Even after this course is complete, this course is anyway getting completed in December. But then nobody is stopping you to once again, keep working on this in January, February, March, April. Just because the course is over, your learning should not stop. So 5 years from now, maybe you're starting, you're developing a big project or something based on what you're starting now. It may happen. So think of it in that way. So I hope that answers your question, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, in fact, you can say, why do you have to wait? Why do you have to wait until 13th for component selection? Today night only, I will, watch a lot of YouTube videos. I will make my own list, and I will start working. More than welcome. You can do that. Nobody is asking. Yeah. So about that. So, any other final questions? So please don't hesitate to ask questions. In fact, this is going to be extremely interactive in later sessions. So you may have to show your whatever project you have done. You may have to show your video and all these things. So make sure that you develop everything, because we are doing everything as a work from home thing. So make sure that you have what you call internet connectivity and stuff like that ready, so that we'll have a very interesting interaction. I don't want to keep passive people. Everybody has to be active. Everybody has to participate and develop this. Okay. So yeah. So with that, if there are no further questions, I will stop. Yeah, so I think I'll just conclude here. See, again, my final point is learning theory is useless. Nothing comes out of it. Actually, if you build something on your own, only then it is actual learning. So, so that is the whole philosophy, or the vision behind this particular course. So yeah, so all the best. See you on 13th.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.